So good morning, everyone. Welcome to the today's TISA debate event. And today's topic is: should the Indian government focus more on the development of villages or towns over the development of cities? And as usual, we have two teams with us. One team will be speaking for the topic. Another team will be speaking against the topic. So before I explain the further rules, let us have a very small round of introduction. So starting with Mr. Hiren. Hiren ji,
गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। मेरा नाम हिरेन वेकरिया है। मैं गुजरात से हूँ। मैं अभी क्लर्क की जॉब करता हूँ। मैंने एनवायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग कंप्लीट किया हुआ है। It's all my information.
Thank you. Now calling upon
Welcome.
Mr. Kushagra.
Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Kushagra. I'm from East Delhi. Currently, I'm pursuing my master's in clinical research, and I am also working as a junior scientist at GTB Hospital in East Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you, Kushagra. Now calling upon Mr. Gaurav Kumar.
Yeah, hello everyone. First of all, good morning to all. My name is Gaurav Kumar and I am from Nalanda, Bihar. I am currently pursuing my BTech degree from NIT Allahabad. I am in third year and my major is electrical engineering. That's
Thank
all.
you. Thank you. Calling upon Mr. Rahul Dubey.
Yes, first of all, good morning to all. I'm Rahul Dubey. I live in Delhi, North Delhi, and I'm a working professional, and I work in Gurgaon for last six years, and I have joined TISA for last 2 years, and today we have joined for the debate. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Binod Dubey.
Good morning to all of you. My name is Binod Dubey. I am 36 years old. Presently, I reside at Pachim Midnapur district of West Bengal, but I belong to Dhanbad, Jharkhand. I am in contact with TISA since 2014. Presently, I am working with Canara Bank as a senior manager. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Davinder Jain.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good morning. My name is Davinder Jain. I'm 29 years of age. I am from Bangalore and I am working as a senior associate in IT company in Bangalore from last 6 years. So this is my brief introduction.
Thank you. Mr. Sohan Banad.
Yes. Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sohan Banad. I'm from Gulbarga, Karnataka, and I'm currently working as a software engineer in Bangalore. And so I'm not participating in the debate. I'm just a viewer here. So yeah, and all the best, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sohan, and you will get a chance to participate during the open discussion. So stay tuned till then.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Calling upon Mr. Bhanu Pratap.
Hi everyone, I am Bhanu Pratap Singh and I am from Jaipur, Rajasthan, which is the big city of India. I am working as a business analyst in a payment gateway company which is GAT ePay. So yeah, all the best everyone.
Thank you, thank you. So now let us begin with the debate event, and as I already told, we there are two groups. One group will be speaking for the topic, and other group will be speaking against the topic. And there are four members in each group, and each member will play different roles and responsibilities. One will be a team leader, two will act as a support, and one will act as a whip. So the debate will start. So the team leader of one group will initiate the debate, and once he has done, then the team leader of second group will start speaking, and then and the spotlight will be shifted to the support member of the first team, and that's how the spotlight will be shifted from one group to another group. Each member will get 5 minutes to speak, uh, and I will encourage each and everyone to use as much techniques as possible. And even if you are not aware of any TISA technique, feel free to stammer freely because this is a very safe zone for all of us. So all the best to each and everyone. So let us begin the debate. And before beginning the debate, I would like to invite the team leaders of both the team, and uh, please tell that which member of your team will is taking which roles. So starting with the team speaking for the topic. So
Hi, I will be speaking for the topic, and I've been assigned as the team leader for this group.
and yeah uh, yeah and I guess Ku- Kushagra and Kushagra and Mr. Davinder Jain will be in the support, and Mr. Bhanu Pratap is the whip, if I am not wrong.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Great, great. Now inviting the team leader of the team speaking against the topic.
Yeah, uh, my name is Gaurav, and I'm the first speaker of opposing team, and I will be the leader of opposing team. Opposing team.
Great. And who all are the support and the whip?
Supporter will be Rahul Dubey and Shubham Karna,
Great,
and whip will be Binod Dubey. I guess.
Yeah, correct.
great, and great. Okay then. So then let us start the debate with the team speaking for the topic. So I will invite Mr. Kushagra to please put up his point. And as I already said, each member will get 5 minutes to speak. So yeah, uh,
Okay,
whenever you are
okay.
ready.
All right, great. Okay, hi everyone. So I would like to start off this debate by talking about um, some information which was provided by the economic survey uh, of 2022 to 2023. According to this economic survey, which was done in our country, uh, the 65% of our country's population lives in rural areas, and 47% of our population is dependent on agriculture for agriculture for their livelihood. Hence, we can say how the rural development is imperative in our country. So I would like to start off by saying that by investing in village and town development, the government can implement policies to encourage balanced regional growth, alleviate pressure on urban areas, while also creating opportunities for economic activities. This will help us to try to efficiently use our whole country's um, population and by focusing on village and town development. I do not mean that we should neglect urban areas entirely. Rather, we should aim to create a more balanced approach for development, ensuring that both rural and urban areas contribute to our whole country's national progress. While providing services in rural areas may pose challenges, uh, however, some investment and innovative solutions can help us to overcome these barriers, ensuring equitable access to essential uh, things like healthcare and infrastructure our for our country. And I would also like to add that the initiatives in rural areas can improve market access through infrastructure development, connectivity improvements, and support for local businesses. This will help us to generate more employment in our country and hence create new market opportunities for entrepreneurs as well. Uh, I would also like to add by creating economic opportunities and improving quality of life in rural areas, the government can stop the increase in increase in people who try to switch from rural to urban areas for in search of better prospects and investing in education and skill development in rural areas can also address the need of the rural population, ensuring that people have access to quality education and training opportunities close to their homes. And in terms of healthcare, I would like to add that investing in healthcare opportunities in rural areas can improve the access to quality of healthcare services, and it would also stop the burden which exists right now on our on our uh, healthcare healthcare institutes like AIMS and uh, and so I would like to conclude that a holistic approach to uh, to development that includes both rural and urban areas can help us to enhance our country's global competitiveness by showing the unique strengths of each region, and this will hence help us to promote inclusive growth that benefit all segments of our Indian society. Yes, and so this is my argument for this debate, and yes, uh, thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Mr. Kushagra. So, so Kushagra shared some insights from 2022 economic survey, which stated that almost 65% population are still staying in the rural areas, and he also shared the benefits which our country will get if our Indian government focus on the rural development, which include strong infrastructure, boost to local business and entrepreneurship, which will eventually develop um, more employment and better opportunities, which will also which will ultimately help us in developing better healthcare system. So thank you, Mr. Kushagra, for sharing your point. Now I would like to invite the team leader of this of the team speaking against the topic. Yeah, Mr. Gaurav.
Yeah. Hello everyone, and uh, good morning to all. My name is Gaurav Kumar, and I am the first speaker of opposing team. Uh, Today we are here to discuss whether the Indian government should prioritize village and town development over city development. I and my partner stand in opposition to this motion. While development of villages and town is crucial, important, but focusing solely on them can hinder the overall nation's progress. I believe that emphasis should remain on cities or development of cities. Let me present my arguments. The first one is economic growth and opportunity. Uh, Developing cities is crucial for economic growth and job creation. We know that cities are known for center for businesses, investments, and industries. And we know as well that with the growth of manufacturing industries, services in cities not only contribute significantly to the GDP, but also creates ample employment opportunities. So, and I have researched that according to World Bank, in our country, India, uh, uh, urban areas generates more than 60% of country's GDP and 90% of government revenues. So we know as well that with the growth of industries and services, cities become hotspot of innovation and entrepreneurship. So these factors are crucial for economic advancements and cultural for innovation, and this can lead the country's progress. The fact is, the Boston Consulting Group estimates that India's urban population will contribute 75% of national GDP by 2030. Now, the second point is infrastructure and basic facilities. We know nowadays a lot of people from villages and are migrating to the cities for better qualities of life. So prioritizing city development can help bridge this gap. Actually, concentrating on city development ensures better infrastructure such as road, public transport, and sanitation system. So this can enhance the quality of life of millions of people who actually which are migrating and which are native of the cities, and also boost the productivity. Uh, According to the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, more than 25% of urban India lives in slums, lacking basic services such as water supply, sanitation, and housing. So, infrastructure development is very crucial for cities. Now, my third point is educational and healthcare facilities. We know as well there are a lot of people and and native of rural villages. They are going to cities for they are going to city for better healthcare and education. So cities are having a higher concentration of educational institutions and healthcare facilities. So by focusing on their development, we can ensure uh, better access to these essential services for a large portion of the population. Improved educational and healthcare facilities in cities will help in bridging the rural-urban divide. Actually, when the people from village and towns move to cities for education or employment, they should have access to the qualities services. So by developing educational and healthcare,
Uh,
it will lead to
yeah.
better quality of life.
So, yeah, and sorry to interrupt you. So yeah, so then your time, yeah, so then you have completed your 5 minute slot. So then
Okay.
I will request you to please sum up your point within 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. In conclusion, while development of villages and town is undoubtedly crucial, it is essential to recognize the focusing solely on them can hinder overall progress of the nation. So development of cities are very crucial, because nowadays everyone wants to live in cities, and everyone wants to be part of cities for a better life and quality of life.
Thank you, Mr. Gaurav Kumar. So, according to Mr. Kumar, he believes that if the Indian government starts focusing on the villages, then it can hinder the overall progress, since the Indian cities contribute a lot to the GDP and the overall employment through the MSMEs, and also these cities are providing more than 60% GDP. Also, the Indian government is getting more than 90% revenues from the Indian cities. And he also shared some valuable points. Now let us see that what the support member of the team for the topic has to say for this.
Hello, everyone. Good morning to all of you. I am a first supporter of my team, as our leader said that the employments needs and health facility needs and education needs is crucial for rural development. I am which uh, with leader, because in a रूरल एरिया अगर उनके जो उनको भी अगर अर्बन के जैसी जो अगर ये जब हेल्थ फैसिलिटी एजुकेशन फैसिलिटी अगर मिलेगी तो तो वो रूरल पीपल भी अर्बन के जैसे ही हमारे देश के इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ में अपना पार्टिसिपेशन कर पाएंगे। तो जो ये गवर्नमेंट का विजन है कि 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी बनानी है, तो उससे भी अच्छा इम्प्रूवमेंट आ सकता है। और एज अगेंस्ट टीम के लीडर ने बोला कि मोस्ट ऑफ रेवेन्यू सिटी से आता है, तो उनको डेवलप करना चाहिए। पर अगर आप ये सब फैसिलिटी दोगे और अच्छी एजुकेशन रूरल में दोगे, तो वहाँ भी अच्छी एम्प्लॉयमेंट की नीड है वो फुलफिल हो जाएगी। और ये जो जो अच्छी फुलफिल हो जाएगी, और हम एमएसएमई है, इंडस्ट्री है, वो भी हम रूरल में एस्टैब्लिश कर पाएंगे। तो वो भी तो ये जो मोस्टली रेवेन्यू आउटकम जो अर्बन से आता है, उसमें भी बाद इससे और विलेज का कंट्रीब्यूशन और भी अच्छा होगा। और करंटली गवर्नमेंट और हम सब पॉपुलेशन की क्राइसिस से गुजर रहे हैं, तो अगर हम रूरल का डेवलपमेंट करेंगे तो वो क्या कहते हैं, सिमेट्रिकली हम लोगों को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर पाएंगे, तो ये प्रॉब्लम भी अच्छे से सॉर्ट आउट हो जाएगी। और वैसे भी अगर सिटी को एक्सपांड करना है तो वो रूरल को अपने साथ लेगा ही, तो फिर रूरल का डेवलपमेंट भी होगा ही होगा। और दूसरा और लीडर ने अगेंस्ट अगेंस्ट टीम के लीडर ने बोला था कि वो स्लम डेवलपमेंट में भी ध्यान देना चाहिए। नो डाउट उसमें भी ध्यान देना चाहिए, बट अगर अगर आप रूरल का डेवलपमेंट करेंगे तो ये स्लम वाली पॉपुलेशन भी डिक्रीज होगी होगी, ऐसा मेरा मानना है। तो इससे अर्बन पे भी पॉपुलेशन का जो प्रेशर है वो कम हो जाएगा। मैं इतना ही बोलना चाहता हूँ। दैट्स इट फॉर थैंक यू।
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Hiren. So, according to Mr. Hiren, he shared a very interesting point. So, according to him, if the Indian government will focus on the villages and towns, so it will help us in achieving the 5 trillion economy target. And he also shared other benefits for the same. Now, let us move on to the first support of the team speaking against the topic, and let us see how they are able to counter it.
Yes, so I'm Rahul Dubey, and I'm the first supporter of my team, and we are going to oppose that government should not do develop more development of rural areas, because it is sad that uh, our rural areas lands are only for the farming, and if the government are going to establish some infrastructure, so they need some farming lands. And it is said that in 2008, when the world was facing recession, and that time India didn't feel the heat of recession because of our farming lands, because we help us to we help our economy with our farming land, with our farmers. So if the governments are going to establish some infrastructure, so they say they will acquire the land of farming. So this is the one of the reason why government should not develop the rural area. And the second reason is that when the government is going to implement some strategy, some schemes, they need skilled worker, they need young people. But due to the migration of the young people, skilled worker to the cities, they are not going to find some skilled people to implement that scheme, that project. And it is also said that in the government, when the government formed in 2019, the BJP has take over the whole country. Then they said that they are going to establish 100 smart cities. Why they didn't say that they are going to make 100 smart villages? Because they know that cities are the center of economy, cities are the center of infrastructure, cities are the center of employment. Cities are the center is the center of face of the world. If if we are there is the 80-20 rule. we are going to achieve 80% of investing in the place of only 20%. So the 20% it is cities areas. As our leader of uh, opposition party said that 60% of people living in rural area and 40% in cities. So why they are not making so lots of why they are not making impact on the GDP, because they don't have that kind of skill that city has. So government is also assuming that we are going to achieve 80% of result, just investment in 20%. So they thought that cities is the best place for the investment. From there they get lots of result. And it is all, and we can also see that when the Tata is going to implement their uh, nano factory. So they didn't choose any villages, they choose the city of, first they choose Kolkata, then they choose Gujarat, because they know that they can get the skilled worker, they can get the support from the government, they can have some infra that city has. So they have established their plant in the cities. And you can also we also know that we are all the nature lover. If we establish our villages as like cities, we cannot experience some natural things like farmlands, natural environment. We should keep our rural areas from the development, so that we can also have some natural things. And if we develop those things as like the cities, and we are living in the concrete jungle forest when we talk about the cities. But we also want to experience some natural things. So our rural areas are the best places where you can go and live some days and experience in the lap of nature. So government should focus only on 20% to get the result of 80%. Thank you so much. And I'm very thankful to the TISA that we got the chance to be the participant in this kind of debate where we can experience, and we are thinking that we are not going to judge, and you all are our. I'm feeling like a family. I'm talking to my family member. There I'm not going to and you can see that I feel that I am getting less stammering to speak to our family members. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Rahul Dubey. So Rahul shared quite interesting and valid points. It's like he shared that the villages, that the land in villages are mostly used for farming, and in 2008 that was the reason that our country didn't went into a recession crisis. Also, the present government is focusing on development of uh, 100 smart cities rather than developing smart villages. And he believes that the current government is doing so because even they believe that they can get 80% of the results in 20% of our Indian land, and which will be getting through the Indian cities. So now before calling up to the second support of the team speaking for the topic, I will just like to recommend everyone to please avoid using any political party name, or the name of any political leader. So thank you. Now coming to the second support for the team speaking for the topic.
Oh, hi everyone. My name is Davinder. I am the second support for the topic. Should government focus on the rural or the urban developments? So, according to me, as Kushagra already said, that 60 to 70% of the population are living in the villages and towns. So, if we will just focus on the like urban developments and all, we will not just take care of the villages and towns. So that will be unfair means, no? Because if a country should have a greater GDP and if we want to achieve that 5 trillion GDP till 2010 2030, so that combined cities and that cities and the villages and towns should contribute. If we will focus only on the cities, so at some point of the time the development should stop, as that Rahul Dubey said, like they are focusing more on the 100 smart cities rather than the villages. But as we already know, India is a country with a vast population. uh, there we don't have a small land even for like to live. So the government is focusing on 100 cities means they will acquire the villages land only for their smart cities. So better what we can do is like we can we can give all the facilities to the people living in the villages towns, like proper healthcare, proper education, and proper clean water and all. So they don't need to go to cities and all for all these things. And even it's like because education like is mandatory, these all facilities are mandatory for all, no, like education, health. If the urban people will only get all this, then will not able to get all these, no. And we know like some cases are also there, like if something happened to some person in the village, then they need to rush to the hospital. So due to time shortage only, that many persons have lost their lives. So if we will just focus on the economy and just focus on the urban developments and not focusing on the villages development, that is not going to contribute to the country's GDP. And moreover, what I can say is like suppose in the villages and towns we will have the agriculture. Okay, so all the meals we are eating today all are going from the villages only. So if we will not give that people proper infrastructure, education, and healthcare and clean water, so at one point of time they will stop doing all these things and they will automatically move to the cities, because they require the basic necessities as in the cities. So if no agriculture will be there in the small villages and towns, even with the large industry, large GDP, 100 smart cities, we do not have anything to eat. So that is just a waste. What we can do with that large industries in infrastructure? So this is like I want to say is like villages are the most important for any country to grow. At least the people should have all the basic infrastructure that the urban people have, because due to that people only the industry, the IT, whatever the like all the industry infrastructure uh, are standing, and they are due to them only. So I just want to tell is like villages are equally important as per the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dev. Thank you, Mr. Jain. So, according to Mr. Jain, villages are also like villages should be also included if we are targeting the 30 trillion economy. And he truly believes that if the current government will stop focusing the development in the villages and towns, then they will eventually migrate to our cities, which will once again will not be beneficial for the overall country. Now coming back to the support of the team speaking against the topic. Who is the second support for the team speaking against the topic?
Binod Vikas.
No, no, Shubham Karna. Shubham Karna is the second speaker.
Okay,
ओके
okay.
सर, ओके ओके, मैं बोलता हूँ। हेलो हेलो। पहले तो ये हमारा इकोनॉमी और जीडीपी के लिए हमारा सिटी को डेवलप करना चाहिए कि सिटी के ऊपर गवर्नमेंट को ज़्यादा फोकस करना चाहिए। हमारा जो सिटी में होता है कंपनी वगैरह वहाँ पे होता है, ज़्यादा कंपनी होता है, ज़्यादा लोग जो हाईली एजुकेटेड लोग हमारा सिटी में रहते हैं। और इंडियन गवर्नमेंट को सिटी को ज़्यादा ये फोकस करना चाहिए कि उसका डेवलपमेंट के लिए सिटी डेवलपमेंट। और गांव विलेज और टाउन के इतना फोकस नहीं कर ये जो है। हेलो। हमारा इतना जो फोकस गवर्नमेंट का जो फोकस है सिटी पे ज़्यादा रहना चाहिए। अकॉर्डिंग टू हमारा हमारा जीडीपी बढ़ेगा। ये जो है हमारा इंडिया का जीडीपी ग्रो करने के लिए और इकोनॉमिक ग्रो के लिए किसी को पूरा करना चाहिए कि उसकी ग्रो के लिए हम गवर्नमेंट को टाइम देना चाहिए। और सिटी में इंडस्ट्री बहुत सारे इंडस्ट्री है और वहाँ पे बिजनेस वगैरह। और वहाँ पे बहुत सारे वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल भी सिटी पे बहुत सारे रहते हैं। और जो भी फैसिलिटी है बहुत सारे फैसिलिटी सिटी पे होता है कि ट्रांसपोर्ट और हेल्थ केयर फैसिलिटी एजुकेशन वहाँ पे बहुत सारे एजुकेशन स्कूल वगैरह और बहुत सारे सिटी पे होता है। और गांव के लोग जो भी यहाँ पे कोई भी गांव वाला बंदा जब पाएगा तो वो सिटी पे मूव हो जाएगा। और बहुत सारे एजुकेटेड लोग सिटी पे ही रहते हैं। वहाँ पे सिटी पे बहुत सारे प्लानिंग वगैरह अभी जो पॉलिटिकल इशू है बहुत सारे पार्टी वहाँ पे बहुत सारे ये करते हैं कि डेवलपमेंट सिटी में ज़्यादा डेवलपमेंट करते हैं। और हमारा जो सिटी ग्रो अगर हमारा सिटी ग्रो होगा तो हमारा इंडिया का जो है इकोनॉमी और इंडिया का जीडीपी ग्रो होगा। और अकॉर्डिंग टू हमारा डिबेट का टॉपिक टॉपिक एंड ये जो सिटी को सिटी को ग्रो करने के लिए हमारा गवर्नमेंट ज़्यादा फोकस करना चाहिए। और वहाँ पे बहुत सारे डेवलपिंग वगैरह होता है कि वहाँ पे हमारा जो सिटी में जितना ग्रोइंग होता है हमारा गांव पे नहीं होता है कि तो हमको और सिटी में ज़्यादा फैसिलिटी वगैरह होता है वो सिटी में ज़्यादा फोकस करना चाहिए गवर्नमेंट।
थैंक यू मिस्टर शुभम। सो फिर शुभम यही मानते हैं कि सिटी में ज़्यादा एजुकेटेड एंड पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं। सो जिसके वजह से वो पूरे ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट पे ज़्यादा कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाएंगे। And thank you, Shubham, for sharing your points. Now coming to the width of the team speaking for the topic.
Hi everyone. Uh, First of all, congratulations to each and everyone. We have put some great insight like about the topic or for the topic. We have we have done some great research. So thank you so much for that. Okay, so now coming back to the topic. So should Indian government focus more on villages or cities? Okay, so as you all know that majority of our people are living in villages. Okay, and only 5 to 10% people are living in the big cities, basically Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. Right. So if we focus on like if we will do the basic mathematics, okay. So if we are focusing more on the 80% people, so it will give us like good chances of providing a good what we can say uh, 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 output basically. Okay, because if they are investing in 100 people, okay, suppose, and from that 100 people, we are getting 10 scholars basically. Okay, so this is good, right? But if we are if we are just focusing on 20 people, then we are getting only 1 to 2 scholars, which is not that basically right approach, right? So this is our basic math. And if we have seen that people from rural areas, like if you have ever heard about Zoho CRM software. So Zoho CRM software is giving a very, very tough fight to a Salesforce company, because Salesforce is a giant company in the whole world, basically. But still, that company is operated from a very, very, what you can say, a small town in South India, right? And the CEO of that company also lives in the villages. So this is only a one example of of this kind of things, because we have seen lots of millionaires and billionaires, they are coming from the rural areas only, like Mukesh Ambani also, Lakshmikant Mittal also, right? So we have seen lots of people who are coming from villages. And I would also like to just divert your focus on the on the side effects of investing more on cities. So overcrowding is a very big issue in cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, because people are getting the kind of life that they deserve, basically, because they are not getting the basic necessity, which is necessity for living, air, water, you know. So these things are very big issue in the big cities. And also I also have one different perspective, that India is a land of culture and heritage, basically. And most of our culture and heritage, just live in the villages. Because nowadays we have lost our what we can say, values and culture in the big cities, because life is very fast, and you know everyone is just focusing on earning well and do these things. But should not forget our values, and our values just come from villages only. Okay, and there's also a point that there is a growing disparity between the cities and the villages, because cities are already very, very behind from the villages are already very, very behind from the big cities. But if you will not focus on these villages, then how will they will improve, and how we will be a Jagat Guru, basically, right? So these are some points which I would like to share, and I would also like to tackle one point which was shared by Mr. Gaurav Kumar. He said that 65% of GDP is coming from the big cities, right? So I would just try to give you what we can say a different perspective. Only 10% people are living in big cities, then we are achieving 65% of GDP. Just imagine that if 90% people are living and are getting those facilities which are which are provided in the big cities, then how much we will achieve in the percentage uh, of the of the GDP, right? So this is just a difference of perspective. And Mr. Rahul Dubey said that we should not capture the land of farmers in the villages, because we are doing lots of improvement and development. But development doesn't only mean that we are making big buildings and big hospitals and these things, because development uh, also mean that we are providing good facilities, basic facilities to the people who are who don't have these facilities. In farming sector also, we can provide some great techniques, good what you can say, fertilizers and scientific techniques also. Because my father is also a scientist horticulture, so he told me that there are lots of scheme about the farmers, but they didn't even know about that, because they don't have the how we can say, education and access to these schemes. So we should also focus on these things, that uh, development doesn't only mean that we are making big buildings, right? So these are some points which I would like to share with you all, and I hope I did something which is necessary for the debate. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Bhanu Pratap. So, according to him, many many people who have brought maximum change in the maximum change. They are from the Indian villages and towns, like the CEO of Zoho, Mr. Wembu. Also, he believes that these cities have their own struggles, and there is a lot of resource imbalance. He also shared his view on how our country will benefit if the Indian villages and the towns are also included into it. So now let us move to the web of the team speaking against the topic, Mr. Binod Dubey.
Thank you. Good afternoon, friends. My name is Binod Dubey, and as per today's topic, should the Indian government focus more on village or town development over the development of the city? There is no doubt about rural development is the cornerstone of sustainable development, where more than 60% of population lives. Government need to focus more on healthcare, educational infrastructure, advancement in technology, which can improve the production capacity in the village and government should also focus on allied activities that can improve the lifestyle of the villagers, but it should not be done at the cost of ignoring the development of the city. Village and city are like a tree. Village is the stem and roots of our country, and cities are branches, leaves, and fruits of a tree. So both have their own importance in contributions of nation's development. Without root and stem, there is no existence of branch, fruits, and leaves in a tree. In the other hand, roots and stems are waste if there is no fruit, leaves, and branches in a tree. So I want to say, in village at town, more than 60% of population lives, but we can't forget that cities contribute more than 65% in GDPs, and it's increasing day by day. For comprehensive growth, government need to minimize rural urban gap. We all know that rural and urban areas are interdependent. These linkages play a crucial role in national development through bidirectional how of goods and services, peoples, and technology and services move from village area to urban and urban area to village. urban urban development is unthinkable if rural areas are are neglected. In 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 other hands, and rural development is also not possible to neglect the development of a city. So we should also focus that naturality, yeah, environment of a of a village should not be sacrificed in the name of rural development. If naturality and ecosystem is not there, it can't be a rural, yeah, village. It will be a urban area. It will be called as a urban area. So we should we should we should more focus on urban rural linkage in the long term long term vision of equitable and holistic development, instead of focus more on village or town development over the cost of development of the cities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Binod Dubey. So Dubey sir shared some very interesting point on why we shouldn't ignore the development of cities for the development of villages. Also, I really love the analogy between the city and the villages, where they compared our villages as the root of a tree and the city as the branches of a tree. And also Dubey sir shared the importance of the urban and rural linkage, and which I found very valid point. And now, since all the speakers got a chance, and now let us have a small open discussion. And before having an open discussion, I truly enjoyed the debate, because at each and every point, each speaker was valid, and it was very difficult for me to decide that which team had the which team was actually winning. So now let us start the open discussion, and whoever wants to speak, they can just raise their hand. And before raising the hand, I will first invite Mr. Sohan to and I will like and I will invite him to share his views and what are his thoughts on this topic.
Sure. Thank you, Oil, for providing me the opportunity to share. So, I'll just take 2 minutes. So we try to look at our country, India. So what I think is, we are still mostly captured by village area and rural areas, and there are just few cities which have developed, right? So in the popular basis, what we know, like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, right? So 70% of the population of India is in village, and 30% is in the cities, right? So suppose if we try to go back 100 years or 200 years back, so that 30% was also a village at some point. So depending on the situation and places and how the British Empire, they tried, and they saw that it is like which are the popular it is which we know. So they took advantage of those cities and they try to capitate our country and use it accordingly. So according to me, so have to focus more on the rural areas and and if we try to think of the development of the rural areas, so what I think is we should focus on the startup initiatives and try to make them independent. So if we try to compare our situation with some other country uh, like India, so I think the country is China, right? Because China is also so China का भी population ज़्यादा है और China is also growing और वो कुछ कुछ सिचुएशन और सिनारियो में हमसे थोड़ी आ, आगे भी है, तो हमें चाइना से भी सीखना है कि तो चाइना ने वहाँ पे क्या क्या किया और वो हम अपने देश में भी इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं। और चाइना से मुझे वो एक चीज पता, हालांकि वहाँ पे वुमेन वर्कर्स बहुत ज्यादा है कंपेयर टू मेल, बट इन इंडिया there is a bit restriction on the woman side of the country। तो अगर इंडिया के वुमेन्स भी ज्यादा काम करेंगे तो जीडीपी या फिर इकोनॉमी तो वो अपने आप ही आगे बढ़ेगा, राइट? सो या एंड कमिंग टू द सिटीज, सो सिटीज अकॉर्डिंग टू मी वो मतलब डेवलप हो चुके हैं। और अभी हम मतलब इतना उसका डेवलपमेंट के बारे में सोचेंगे तो द प्रॉब्लम विद इट इज लाइक कि अभी पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी बहुत ही ज्यादा है, राइट? एक एक छोटे से जगह में लाइक इफ आई कंसिडर बेंगलुरु, तो देयर इज continuous traffic in the city, right? So, and it's a huge problem. And coming to the point of कि cities में 65% GDP का है, GDP का contribution है, but that is the data in the past, right? कि अगर हम फ्यूचर में रूरल एरिया में डेवलपमेंट स्टार्ट करेंगे तो विलेज का भी 35 से 40 होगा और 40 से 45 हो जाएगा और आगे भी बढ़ेगा। सो आई वुड लाइक टू कंक्लूड बाय सेइंग दैट वी आर स्टिल अ विलेज कंट्री और हमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा डेवलपमेंट इन रूरल के बारे में सोच के एज अ कंट्री हमें आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। थैंक यू।
Thank you very much, Mr. Sohan. Now coming to Mr. Rahul Dubey.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for giving me chance again for the speaking. और मैंने बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग चीज यहाँ पे नोट की है, दैट वी दैट हमें इंडिकेशन दिया 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 जा रहा है कि आपका 5 मिनट का टाइम खत्म हो गया और यू आर नॉट अलाउड टू स्पीक मोर। बट जब हम नॉर्मल डेज में, नॉर्मल डिबेट में जब हम लोग बोलते हैं, वी डोंट इवन स्पीक 1 मिनट, and that time we fear, and you can see that lots of knowledge, lots of thoughts are here, but in our normal life, in our normal debate, we don't speak. We don't speak even 1 minute. And now come to the topic. Like actually, we are the country. We are the combined of rural and urban, and we all give the vote to the government. So we both are liable. We both are beneficiary to get the benefits of government schemes and the government support. But so there should be a holistic approach. This is the debate. I have to choose one topic, so I choose it. But being a government, there should be a holistic approach to develop both cities and villages. But we should not do lots of development in the term of infrastructure, in the term of buildings, in the term of factories, in the terms of concrete one through in the villages, in the urban areas. Because as I said that we have, and till now, after getting the independence, we have spent 75 years. Till now, our farmers is contributing more than 50% in the GDP till now. So if we develop some concrete forest like infrastructure, building and all, that time we have to capture the land of farmers. And if suppose if we are going toward the recession, and suppose we don't have that kind of villages where we can grow the crops, and in the time of COVID we have seen lots of migrant worker, lots of good worker who in the middle class, they migrated to the villages. अगर उनसे पूछा जाए भाई आप क्यों जा रहे हो वहां पे, तो वो ये बोलते थे कि यहाँ तो रह के हम मर जाएंगे, वहां तो कुछ उगा के खा लेंगे हम लोग. So there should be a holistic, and we should not do concrete foresting in the rural. So development to सबको चाहिए, because we both form the government. They are responsible toward us for the development. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rahul Dubey. Now calling upon Mr. Hiren.
Thank you for giving me second time opportunity. जैसा कि आगे जो आगे राहुल दुबे जी ने कोविड का जिक्र किया, तो मैं अपनी ये बात रखना चाहता हूँ कि कोविड की सिचुएशन में सम ऑफ डेथ्स लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेस की वजह से भी हुई है. तो हम अगर रूरल का भी सिटी के जैसा ही डेवलपमेंट करेंगे तो आगे जो ऐसी कोई सिचुएशन आएगी तो उसे हम अच्छे से टैकल करेंगे और डेथ भी डिक्रीज हो जाएगी. और मैं दूसरा ये भी बोलना चाहता हूँ कि रूरल का डेवलपमेंट इट मीन्स ऐसा नहीं कि वहां पे बिल्डिंग बना दे और ऐसा, या फिर इन शॉर्ट फार्म लैंड डिक्रीज करने की बात यहाँ पे नहीं है. हम एग्रीकल्चर का भी डेवलपमेंट कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि उसमें नई नई टेक्निक डेवलप कर सकते हैं, या फिर जो टेक्निक है उसमें थोड़ा एडिशन करके कुछ नया कर सकते हैं. अभी हमारी जो गवर्नमेंट है वो दूसरे देशों से सम ऑफ क्रॉप्स इंपोर्ट करती है. तो अगर हम ऐसी टेक्निक यहाँ पे भी डेवलप करेंगे और तो हमारा ये जो प्रोडक्शन है वो भी डबल हो जाएगा. हम वैरायटी ऑफ क्रॉप्स भी डेवलप कर सकते हैं. और हाँ, वो जो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की जो सिचुएशन है वो भी डिक्रीज कर सकता है अगर हम एग्रीकल्चर का भी डेवलपमेंट करेंगे तो। मैं इतना ही बोलना चाहता हूँ। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Mr. Hiren. Now calling upon Dubey sir to share his his final points.
थैंक यू सर। मैं अभी मैं अभी हिंदी में ही बोलना चाहूंगा क्योंकि हिंदी में फीलिंग थोड़ा सा ठीक से आती है।
जरूर जरूर।
जैसे हम लोग आजकल देख रहे हैं कि लोग ना गांव से शहर की तरफ जो है सड़क गांव से लोग शहर की तरफ मूव कर रहे हैं। इसका इसका मेन इसका मेन रीजन जॉब तो है ही है। जॉब से भी जॉब से भी बड़ा रीजन है एजुकेशन, क्योंकि एजुकेशन और हेल्थ केयर गांव में आज भी बहुत जगह जो है एजुकेशन का फैसिलिटी नहीं है। और हेल्थ हॉस्पिटल जो है हॉस्पिटल के लिए उनको आज भी जो है लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस कवर करना पड़ता है जाने के लिए। क्योंकि और आज के टाइम में कोई भी गार्जियन पेरेंट एजुकेशन से और 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 जो है हेल्थ केयर से कंप्रोमाइज करने के लिए रेडी नहीं है। इवन जो है अपना अपना लाइफ लोग जो है कैरियर जो है सेक्रीफाइस कर देते हैं अपने अपने बच्चे के लिए। तो और अगर अगर गांव में हेल्थ केयर और एजुकेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इजीली और क्वालिटी का हो तो 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 मेरे ख्याल से लोग गांव से शहर की तरफ कम से कम जो है मूव 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 करेंगे और गांव का विकास हो पाएगा। क्योंकि क्योंकि आज के टाइम में स्किल्ड पर्सन जो है गांव में रहना चाहते नहीं है लोग। अगर स्किल पर्सन नहीं रहेंगे गांव में तो गांव का डेवलपमेंट कभी भी नहीं हो पाएगा। और एक और बात, अगर अगर गांव में अगर गांव का नेचुरलिटी और बायो बायोसिस्टम इकोसिस्टम अगर अगर डेवलपमेंट के नाम पे हम लोग सेक्रीफाइस कर देंगे तो गांव गांव जो है रियल में गांव नहीं रह पाएगा। वो भी जो है अर्बन कैटेगरी में आ जाएगा। इसीलिए और जो भी आदमी है डेवलपमेंट ठीक है लेकिन खाने के लिए उनको 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 अनाज ही चाहिए कहते, ग्रेन चाहिए कहते। अगर क्वालिटी प्रोडक्शन नहीं होगा तो इतना इतनी बड़ी पॉपुलेशन को फीड करना संभव नहीं है। सो हमें आज के टाइम में क्वालिटी प्रोडक्शन जो कहते हैं जो कम लैंड से हम लोग अधिक प्रोडक्शन कर पाए वैसा 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 गवर्नमेंट को फोकस करना चाहिए जिससे हम लोग कम लैंड से अधिक हम लोग उपज कर पाए। और जो आदमी गांव से शहर की तरफ मूव कर रहे हैं उसका रीजन क्या है जाने और गांव में ही वैसी फैसिलिटी जो है उपलब्ध करवाएं। और साथ में हमें ये भी ध्यान देना है कि गांव की नेचुरलिटी और बायोसिस्टम कम से कम इफेक्ट हो। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Dubey sir. Does anyone wants to share more points before we end up? Okay.
I just want to ask कि इस डिबेट का विनर कौन होगा?
I guess अगर मैं दिल से बताऊं तो फिर जो हाँ मतलब तो फिर जो दुबे साहब ने जो एक कंक्लूजन बताया कि लाइक वी नीड टू फाइंड अ लिंकेज बिटवीन दी urban and the rural parts. So then I guess that can be a concluding point for the debate uh, for me. But then अभी जैसे कि like हाँ, and then अभी सबके लिए conclusion point will be different. So फिर आप आपके concluding points बता सकते हैं, and I will also encourage the audience जो कि हमारा ये डिबेट इवेंट यूट्यूब पे देखेंगे कि वो भी उनके कंक्लूजन पॉइंट्स कमेंट सेक्शन में बता सके. Okay, so yeah, so then thank you very much, guys. Thank you for participating and making it a successful debate. And I really hope कि जितना मैंने enjoy किया आप लोगों ने भी उतना ही enjoy किया है. एंड मैं आपको एंड आई विल आल्सो रिकमेंड ऑल ऑफ यू कि लाइक आपके जो भी फीडबैक है आप टीसा के टेलीग्राम चैनल पे ये डिबेट इवेंट के बारे में आपके फीडबैक दे सकते हैं. भले आपको अच्छा लगा तो फिर क्यों लगा, बुरा लगा तो फिर क्यों क्यों लगा. एंड मेरे साथ एक वॉलंटियर भी थे, मिस्टर यथार्थ शर्मा. विदाउट हिज कंट्रीब्यूशन शायद तक मैं ये डिबेट इवेंट कर ही नहीं पाता मैं. सो देन लॉट ऑफ थैंक्स टू मिस्टर यथार्थ शर्मा. A lot of thanks to him. And also before ending this debate, आप मतलब जैसे आप सभी को पता है कि अभी इंडिया में लोकसभा के इलेक्शंस चल रहे हैं. So then I will encourage all of you to please go and vote. And please आपके दोस्तों को भी यस क्योंकि मैंने और भानु प्रताप जी ने हमारी जिम्मेदारियां कर दी है. एंड आई विल एनकरेज ऑल ऑफ यू कि आप आपके दोस्तों को एंड आपके फैमिली मेंबर्स को भी वोटिंग के लिए मोटिवेट कीजिए. क्योंकि एक ऐसा बोलते हैं कि जो बुरे लीडर्स जो चुन के आते हैं वो उनके वजह से चुन के आते हैं, क्योंकि जिम्मेदार नागरिक वोट देने जाते नहीं है. So then once again, thank you everyone for making this a successful debate event. And happy Sunday to all of you. And until the next debate event, I will encourage all of you to haklao magar pyar se. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone.